And he is claiming who he is. Jesus had continually, over and over, said, don't say the declaration, but now he declares it. No matter what will happen next, Jesus knows what will happen eventually, and that's that by following the will of his Father, he will be seated at his right hand with power, and he will be able to judge the living and the dead, and he will return. He knows what's in store, and so he'll go through the injustice of the day for the justice of tomorrow. See, the injustices of today will be solved through the justice of God.
Amen.
You will not solve it, and I will not solve it. We will be salt and we will be light to this crooked, disgusting, dark world. But we will not solve every injustice.
Sure.
We will share the love of Jesus, the hope of Jesus, what Jesus has done to transform us. We'll share that. But it is only up to God to deliver justice. It's not me to deliver justice to my neighbor. It's not me to deliver justice to my family member. It's not up to me to deliver justice to the people around me. You know, there's certain people that view things differently than me, and I just get all enraged inside. But it's not on me to then tell them my rage, is it? It's on me to tell them my love of Jesus and the love that Jesus has for them. Because while I might see a speck in their eye, I have a giant plank in my own eye that I got to take care of first. Joseph Stowell said, God's justice guarantees that ultimately all that is unfair will be dealt with. In his time and in his own way, he will deal with both the injustice and those who have been unjust. Everyone will give an account. There are people who have done very unjust things, and God will hold them accountable. It's all the way back in Psalm 96 that it says, for the Lord is coming. He is coming to judge the earth. He will judge the world with justice and the nations with his truth. The only fair and just one is God himself. And so he is the only one who can bring true justice. Yet, the world wants to cover the goodness of God with the lies of man. The world wants to just show us that God is not good, and they want to cover us with their lies. Because look at what happens in verse 63 and 64. Then the high priest tore his clothing to show his horror. He can't believe what he's calling blasphemy from Jesus. Why do we need other witnesses? You have all heard his blasphemy. What is your verdict? Guilty, they all cried. He deserves to die. He said the truth. They twist the truth. And now they convict him of death. Then some of them began to spit at him, and they blindfolded him, and they beat him with their fists. Prophesied to us, they jeered. Away with the guard, slapped him as they took him away. What we see in the coming weeks is Jesus remaining pretty silent, despite the hardship and injustice that he has to face. Can you imagine for a second being in his shoes, knowing that you've done nothing but tell the truth, and now be blindfolded, beaten, and spit on for doing absolutely nothing wrong? I can't imagine it. And if you want to think of an unfair, unjust situation, that has to top every single one of them. But here's what's so powerful about Jesus. While he was unjustly tried, Jesus unjustly forgives.